Alright guys, welcome back once again to Crypto Educator. So I'm reporting to all of you guys from Tosh village, which is in Himachal Pradesh, right? So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been 24 hours of no market update from Crypto Educator. So let's jump into the charts right off, guys. So the weekly time frame is supposed to be closing in the next 12 hours itself, and this posture right now is looking completely fine, right? Which means that we kind of have established a small time frame. Bitcoin has established the base at $43,000, and most likely, guys, in the small time frames we could get reaccumulated on these zones, which could be another good week coming in for the altcoins and Ethereum as well. Although Ethereum is looking way stronger in the market, guys, but let's take a look at the price action happening on the 12-hour time frame, and let's put on all the moving averages, which are most likely going to be useful for this piece of analysis itself, right? So guys, alright, so this posture right here, the 200 simple, is telling us that the overall scenario right here is essentially this entire price action coming off of these lows has started formulating a bullish bias as a whole, right? Now this means that yes, there is kind of a bit of strength coming in from $42,500 levels, and as far as we're holding that, well, another weekly candle is going to be closing onto these levels. That could kind of give a lot of altcoins a little leeway to simply leverage their way to the upside. So yes, we can be looking at some good looking trends coming for this week itself, but most of the things are going to be decided by Bitcoin, guys. I do believe that in the small time frames, small to mid time frames, if we lose this level once again, which is going to be 46,500, we will kind of be testing the range lows again, and that could be a good opportunity to get your bids filled on your cheap altcoins. Now essentially, why do I say that, guys? Because Bitcoin dominance is, well, it's just simply continuing its way to the downside, right? Which kind of tells us that the altcoins are generally bullish. The altcoins overall are kind of bullish in the market. Although, do we have any chances of a potential double bottom formulation out of this? Yes, we do. Although we do, well, to be honest with you, the last 3-day candle closure was not right at this price point right here, or maybe it should have been a little beneath this price point right here. Well, essentially not the price point, the dominance level 40 reads, right? But we did bounce from, let's just say, 41 reads on dominance itself, which is why I don't think this is quite literally a dominance. And guys, holy shit, you can't really do a lot of TS stuff on the dominance itself. This is just a metric to give you a good outlook as to the general strength of the Bitcoin in the market, right? The Bitcoin's price action in the market. Okay, so for that matter, the weekly candle on dominance is also supposed to be closing, I do believe. Yes. Now this one has divergence, guys. The bullish divergence is kind of formulating on the weekly time frame, which is kind of nice, to be honest with you. Now in the small to mid time frames, we could be looking at a little shift in the momentum coming from the altcoins back into Bitcoin. As you can see, guys, all right, I've been looking at crypto Twitter since the previous 2 days, and things have been nice about Bitcoin. A lot of people have started talking bullish stuff about Bitcoin out of nowhere. Now, fortunately, that kind of situation is aligning with the price action on the Bitcoin dominance itself, which is telling us that there's a bullish divergence. So you got two things happening. You got fundamental bullish sentiment, and then you have a technical bullish pattern going on as well, which could play out. So essentially, I would be putting a lot of focus into Bitcoin's price action for the coming week itself. So let's take a look at Ethereum real quick for that matter, right? Do we have any pattern like that on Ethereum itself? Most likely not, but well, essentially this candle is way more confusing than Bitcoin's weekly candle itself, right? But guys, look, to be honest with you, the small to 12-hour time frame itself is kind of inclined towards the upside. The entire price action as of now is inclined to the upside and is being guided by one single trend line right here. So if the momentum, let's just say if the momentum kind of shaves off in the small to mid time frames, we could come back down all the way towards $3,200 flat on Ethereum itself. And until, well, essentially, guys, until you are closing 12-hour candles below this entire price zone right here, Ethereum's price action is going to be generally bullish, right? And eventually we could be continuing our way to the upside. As you can see, the 12-hour time frames 200 simple moving average has started looking bullish as well, which is kind of giving us a ground, right? Which is kind of giving the entire altcoin market a ground. So essentially, guys, what can we expect for the coming week? Well, to be honest with you, the price action happening on crypto assets are completely fine. They are looking, well, the price action is kind of being supported. But something about SPY, guys, SPY. Now, I've not done my analysis on S&P as of now, but yes, guys, it's kind of like breaking below a grind line right here, right? You can see, guys, now every single time you will come in right here on these levels, you're not giving a lot of time for the market participants to buy in, to get in every single time. So for the first time in literally a lot of in let's just say 3 months from these levels, finally we have broken below this grind. So this could be a little red bell, essentially a warning, guys. Now we can have such kind of price action happening on S&P again and again on various assets, right? So essentially, guys, we do want to see a candle open and a closure on a 12-hour basis below the 55 itself, because I do believe this entire trend line alongside your exponential is going to be telling a lot of things for crypto assets as a whole, right? Guys, look, as a whole, our stock markets are kind of correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Most likely, most of the times, these trends, they do happen in a similar fashion, right? So I'm going to be really careful about the price action happening on SPX. And essentially, if this one continues to break to the downside, I would be a little conservative in terms of my crypto exposure as a whole, right? But I think apart from that, mostly we are looking completely fine. Mostly the price action is looking completely fine as well in the market, guys. So with that said, I'm just going to be quickly winding up this video right here, and well, I will catch all of you in the next video coming pretty soon. Bye for now.